Good afternoon. Good afternoon. We are live on LinkedIn, Facebook, and YouTube for this week's episode of Start Being Visible with me, Mildred Talabi. Now, listen. If I tell you, if I tell you the kind of night that I've had, you're looking at somebody who has had 3 hours sleep. 3 hours sleep. Not because I've been up hustling. I don't do that stuff. I like sleep. Sleep is so important, but because I was in hospital with my little one. She's okay, don't worry. But it just means I haven't had a lot of sleep. But I'm like, listen, I gotta show up today because I need you to get visible on LinkedIn and beyond. I need to come here to talk with you, to hear from you about how we can get you along this journey to being visible on LinkedIn. So if you are tuning in, whether that's on LinkedIn, on Facebook, or on YouTube, I want you to say hello in the comments. Let me know who you are. Let me know where you're watching from. Let me know how your week has been, how your day has been, how your night has been. Let me know that. I don't mind. Whatever you want to let me know. But let me know in the comments. So today I'm kind of gonna freestyle it a bit today because I want to talk to you. So this show, the format of the show, in case this is your first time listening. And hi, Melissa, good to see you. Is that Melissa? You saying you didn't have much sleep either? Let me know how much sleep did you get? Maybe we should do a competition. Who had the less sleep, right? Because I think I'm winning so far. 3 hours of sleep, 3 hours. But anyway, so this show Start Being Visible. Now, what this show is about I have a freestyle thing going on with it because really what I'm about is sharing with you tips, resources, strategies, and all of that to help you start being visible on LinkedIn. But also, more importantly than that, is really getting through and cutting through some of the obstacles that may be preventing you from being visible in the first place. Now, what I do, I'm a LinkedIn visibility coach and I work primarily with female leaders and female coaches, high level coaches who want to establish a visible presence on LinkedIn. It could be for the purpose of building your thought leadership, your expertise, or building your business and creating more clients, which is all good. So when I do this work, I will tell you, probably about 80% of the work I do has nothing to do with LinkedIn. Can you believe that? I'm a LinkedIn visibility coach, and about 80% of the work I do has nothing to do with LinkedIn. And that is because that visibility part of my title is super crucial, super crucial, because there are obstacles that stop us. And I'm speaking to the ladies right now because I work primarily with women. I am a woman, I've been through these obstacles. I understand. So there are obstacles that stop us on our journey to be invisible. That might be stopping you on your journey to be invisible. So those are the things that I want to break through and break down on today and on every show. Every Tuesday, I'm here 1 o'clock BST, that's British Standard Time, UK time. I'm here and that's what we're talking about. So um, today's topic, I wanna talk about something that I shared on my LinkedIn post. If you don't follow me on LinkedIn and we're not connected, you better get to it. Send me a request. Follow my content. Let's connect. Let's plug in. Say hello. That's okay. But it's a topic about, and I've titled today's session, I am not qualified to be visible. I am not qualified to be visible. And I said that because this is something that I've heard from many women. Not in those same exact words, but the sentiment of it is this. Now, some women feel that LinkedIn is quite a masculine environment in terms of it's a place where people go and, show off their peacock feathers, that kind of stuff. And as women, generally, we get taught that you don't show off your peacock feathers, you keep it hidden, So a lot of women have been conditioned, and this is from ladies that I speak to, my clients, and other women I speak to in the line of my work, have been conditioned to we've been conditioned to hide ourselves. Now, is that you? Can you relate? Have you ever felt like the need to hide who you really are, hide your achievements? And on this specific topic about not being qualified to be visible, it's really feeling this. I don't really like the word imposter syndrome because a lot of I think, is overused. It's one of those phrases that are overused. But it's this whole idea that if I start being visible on LinkedIn, if I really start showing up and talking about things, people are gonna think, who am I to be doing that? Who am I to be doing that? Who is she? What qualifications does she have? In this field. what expertise does she have? So a lot of my ladies, they shy away from it, and it's kind of, and they say, I'm not qualified to be visible on LinkedIn because I don't have the right credentials, or maybe I have the credentials, but I don't have it in the space. And so I shared a story in my post about my journey to becoming a LinkedIn coach, and in case you missed it, so how I became a LinkedIn visibility coach, I will tell you as the short version of the journey. But so my background is journalism. So I studied as a journalist, worked in the media, moved into PR, public relations, and communications. But along the way, I always had a side hustle. I had a business that I did on the side. And LinkedIn was the vehicle that I used to build my thought leadership, my brand, to be visible on LinkedIn. So, to be visible and really showcase what I do in my business. Now, when I finally made the decision, in it was January 2020, that's when I made the decision to start really using LinkedIn in a way to build my business and my brand, to really plug into it. I mean, I've been playing with it for kind of 12 years or so prior to that. I mean, showing up, being there, but I wasn't all in committed until January 2020. And not too long after that, I realized that I have something to offer other women about really showing up on LinkedIn and pairing it with my background in PR, communications, journalism, etc. So the whole idea of LinkedIn visibility coach was born, you know. But just using that word coach, just to even put that as a title, to even call myself a coach, that was a battle in itself with myself. Can you relate? Have you been there? So that's the it was a battle because I listen, I'm broadcasting this live, right? I'm broadcasting this live on LinkedIn and Facebook and YouTube. It's going to the world. I don't know who is watching, but it's going to the world, right? So I'm telling you, pretend it's just me and you. I'm telling you this. I had a real issue using that word because I was like, but I didn't qualify as a coach. I don't have a coaching credentials. I don't have an NLP in coaching. I don't have coaching credentials. So for a while I struggled. I thought maybe I should use mentor. Maybe I should just say trainer or speaker or something, anything but coach. But yet in the work that I do, with my ladies, work that I do with women, and this was prior to actually my LinkedIn business. I had like a career type of business, which I ended up doing some coaching in as well. But in the work that I do, that people would refer to me as their coach. I haven't coached them, and then the results that my clients were getting were the kind of results that you get from working with a coach. I know because I've worked with a few, and I'm always going to work with a coach because that is super important. Listen, side note, always work with a coach. You get to grow faster, you get to grow quicker, you get to learn things that you wouldn't have done on your own. Honestly, accelerates the process. But yeah, so I was getting called a coach. Now I wrestled with calling myself a coach because I had all this imposter syndrome, I could say, about I'm not qualified to use that title. And if I start being visible with it, all these established, there's loads of people on LinkedIn who, and so the one side was the coaching bit. And the other side was actually like LinkedIn trainer. I mean, I know a lot about LinkedIn. I've been doing LinkedIn for a long time. I've used LinkedIn to build my business, but I mean, to actually call myself a LinkedIn coach, someone who helps other people on LinkedIn. Now that's a big deal because I saw that I saw some of the other LinkedIn people on here. I'm like, oh, they have much more experience than me. Oh, they've been doing this for a lot longer. Maybe they've even got better results or longer, deeper results. Anything, all of that insecurities. I don't know if this relates to you. You may be the same in your space or whatever it was. So it was a real battle for me to first call myself a coach and then also to accept that I have something to say about LinkedIn that could help people, specifically women. But over time that battle was won. It was won, and that's why we have LinkedIn visibility coach today. That is Mildred Talabi, and I own it today. I own it. I not only own it, I love it. I love it. It's a title I created for myself because it defines what I do, but I own it and I love it. And that's the thing, we have got to own our titles. You have got to own your expertise, and don't be ashamed or afraid of being visible with your expertise. You know a lot. You know, I don't know you. I don't know you personally. I don't know your personal history, but I'm talking to you now. And that if you've reached over a certain age, I mean, if you pass teenagers, you've learned something, you know, let alone become an adult. You have learned something that can help somebody else. Now, and when we shy away from really being upfront with that, really being upfront with what we know, when we shy away from being visible about what we know, when we shy away from calling ourselves what the title that best serves our audience and helps them to understand that what we know can help them, we are doing them a disservice and we are doing ourselves a disservice. And if I really want to take it big and broad, we are doing the world a disservice. You know, when you don't own up and step into who you are and what you contribute to the world because of all of these insecurities around who am I to be visible, you know? How can I be visible? I mean, I don't have the expertise, I don't have the degrees, I don't have this. This is not me, by the way. So don't be at me. Don't come at me and say, oh, you know, qualifications are important, because we already had that debate on my post. This is not about qualifications being important and not being important. This is about knowing that beyond the qualifications, you are capable. You are able. You can change somebody's life. You can make a difference, and you can be visible. You can be whatever the qualification is that you have or don't have, you can be visible with it because somebody else is dependent on you to start being you so that they can be free to start being themselves. So I have more to say on that, but I want to hear what you've got to say on that. Alice, hi Alice, good to see you here. Listen, I want to know what you've got to say on that. Have you ever struggled with something like this? You know, that's with the whole idea of I'm not qualified, whether it's in an area of your career or in your business or to use a particular title or anything like that. Have you? Does that resonate? Is that something that you've struggled with and overcome? Let me know in the comments. You know, let me know. I'd love to, absolutely love to hear your thoughts on it. You know, so, and the reason I say that it's important to overcome this is because it really and truly, it sounds like the kind of stuff that people say, you know, you will make a difference in the world. But listen, I believe this. I believe that not a single one of us is here by accident. You're not here by accident. You have a purpose and you have a people who need to hear your voice. Now, on my journey to be invisible, I didn't realize that I would end up leading a movement. You know, I like to call it a movement because the Visible Women Tribe, that is my community, my membership community for women in business and female leaders who are committed to building a visible presence on LinkedIn and beyond. But I call it a movement because we're going places. And if you want to join us, you can go to visiblewomentribe.com. But I didn't anticipate that I would start a movement. You know, I would start a movement by me being visible. You know, had I not got over my own insecurities and my own issues around the title, around what I can or can't call myself, then none of that would have been possible. And the same is true with you. There's so much more that's possible for you when you really start owning and stepping into your power, your expertise, whatever it is that you do, and you start being unapologetically visible about it. Now, it takes courage. It takes courage, and it often takes somebody to hold your hand, you know, in the process. Because if you could do it by yourself, then go ahead. But I had help getting to this place. I had help getting to this place. So if you want to talk about that, feel free to reach out, send me a message. More than happy to arrange a chat. That's if it's going to help you. But so that's important. Don't be, please, please, please. I want you to don't feel like you're not qualified to be visible, because you are whatever qualification you have, it's enough. You need to start being visible. Now, do you know Eminem? Who remembers Eminem? I'm saying remember like he's dead or something, but yeah, no, when I was a little bit younger than I am now, I grew up to some of his music. And do you remember the real Slim Shady? Who the real Slim Shady? Please stand up. Who remembers Eminem? Don't be acting like you don't know Eminem. Don't be acting like you don't. Okay, I want you to drop in the comments if you remember Eminem. If you were a fan, right? Drop his name in the comments. Let me know that I'm not the only one. I wasn't like a major fan, but that song, Loads of people love the song, with a real Slim Shady, please stand up. I believe like we all have a real Slim Shady, or a real version of ourselves on the inside. That often, if unless we unpack all the issues and unpeel the layers of the other version of ourselves, we won't get to the real version. Okay. Oh, Lamoy is in the house. Hi, Lamoy. Lamoy says great message. Thank you. Janet is in the house. Hey, Janet. And Tamika knows Slim Shady. Of course, you know Slim Shady. Yes, I love it. I love it. But that song, I honestly, that song, the real Slim, Reverend Evelyn remembers Slim Shady. Yes, yes, yes. Thank you, Ruth. Ruth says, Mildred, you're doing a great thing on this visibility platform. Thank you so much, Ruth. But that song, The Real Slim Shady, with a real Slim Shady, please stand up. I always think of it, and I guess that's what the song is about. I'm not in his head, but there's two versions. I feel like we all have two versions of ourselves. We have the great, the best version of ourselves that we can be, and then we have our regular old version. Now, one of my favorite books in the whole world is called An Enemy Called Average. It's by, I think the guy's name is John Mason. Because average for me is an enemy. It's an enemy. I don't want to be average. I don't believe I've been called to be average. I don't believe you've been called to be average. And part of that not being average is really stepping into our visibility. It's really tapping into this version of ourselves, the real Slim Shady, the real Mildred, the real Mildred. Something happened over the weekend that confronted me with my real Mildred, right? Because it's a journey, and that's the thing. It's a journey. You don't get there overnight. You don't get there in one day. It's a journey and it's a process. And I've been on this journey for quite a while. But over the weekend I was really confronted because I have this idea in my head. I don't know about you. Do you have a picture in your head of a better version of yourself? Please tell me that you do. Please tell me I'm not the only one, right? Please tell me I'm not the only one who can see, a much more successful, healthier, happier version, richer version of myself, of yourself on the inside. Because I can see a lot, and vision is important because what you can see, you can become. If you can see it, you can become. So it's important to vision. It's important to have a vision of a better version of yourself. But I have a better version of myself on the inside. And something happened this weekend. It's a long story, but it required that version of Mildred to show up today. Like it was like, I don't want you in the future anymore. I want you to show up today because I need you right here. I need you right here. I wish I didn't mention this now because I feel like going into the story, but it will take us off detour. But okay, maybe another time I'll go into the story. Maybe in another episode. If you really want to hear it, you have got to let me know in the comments and say, Mildred, tell me the story. Then I will bookmark it for another episode. But this whole idea, Lemoy says, yes, definitely I do. Yes, you understand it, Lemoy, having this vision of a better version of yourself, a greater version. And there's nothing wrong with that. It's not a discontent. It's not, oh, I don't like my life. I love my life. I have a great life. I have a great husband, great kids. I love my work. I have flexibility. I have financial freedom in a sense, I love my life, but I know that there's more. I know that I'm capable of more. I know that you're capable of more. And the thing is, as we start walking towards, as we start shedding the barriers, the obstacles that stop us from being visible, we can start becoming that better version of ourselves. I like to say there's like, so just like Tamika says, tell the story, Mildred. Okay, but not today. Maybe I have to have a few more people interested in the story, right? And then I have to bookmark it to tell you another time, you know. But this Slim Shady version, there's two versions of ourselves. So I'm going to introduce you to a former version of myself where I've evolved from. So, like, there's a former version, there's the Mildred now, and then there's a future Mildred that's coming. She's coming. She is awesome in every way. This one's awesome, but that one, oh my God, you want to meet her? Trust me. So this version of myself, right? So the former version of myself, I'll give her a name of Shy Mildred. And you might have a former version of yourself. As I share this, I want you to think about your former version and where you've evolved from and where you're going. So, Shy Mildred, I tell you, growing up, um, number 4 of 5 kids, middle child syndrome, big time. Middle child. My parents don't think this thing exists, but it does. Middle child syndrome. So it's like we've had all the kids we want. Oh, you came along. Oh, okay, great. I love them really. I love them really, and they love me. I know. But I had issues, man. I had issues growing up. But one of the issues was being this shy kid. Now, I was literally like, I did not want to be seen. I did not want to be seen. I was always in hiding. I loved books and I still love books, but I was always in hiding. I did not want to be seen, let alone be visible. Visible, what on earth? I didn't even know what the word was. So shy Mildred would be in class, and if the teacher would ask a question, you know, and even think to call my name to answer the question out loud in front of everybody, I would turn red, and I'm black, so that's kind of hard to do, right? So, but it was literally that much I did not want to be seen. Shy Mildred had all kinds of reasons why I'm not the person to be visible. I used to say to myself, I used to say, and watch the stories you tell yourself. What are the stories you're telling yourself about you and what you're capable of? You know, I used to say to myself, I'm a behind the scenes person. I don't do front of camera. I don't do all of that stuff. I'm behind the scenes and I'm happy behind the scenes. So while that is true to some extent, you have got to call yourself out of your comfort zone and go beyond your comfort zone if you're going to achieve the greatness that is inside you, because it is there, if you're going to make the impact that you're going to make. So, but shy Mildred didn't think of any of that. I just wanted to hide. I wanted to hide. I wanted to stay behind the scenes. I didn't want to use my voice. I'd use my voice in writing though, but to write stuff, writing's always been my thing. And then the writing being my thing became a story I told myself as I grew up. I was like, I'm a writer. I don't do videos. I'm a writer. I don't speak in front of people. I'm a writer. I don't do public speaking and training. All of these stories. And then later, when I discovered that by the way, there's a difference between shy and quiet. Shyness, you can be an extrovert and be shy. Absolutely. People think, oh, it's an introvert thing. It is not. I later found out I was an introvert. Before growing up, I didn't know what that was. And that set me free actually, because it gave some parameters around why I behaved certain ways and why I felt certain things. But at one point, shy Mildred allowed that label to define what she could or couldn't do, what was possible for her. I can't be visible because I'm an introvert. That's for extroverts. That's for people who like being in front of the stage. And I hated drama in school. Drama was literally my worst subject. One of my geography was too, because that was so boring. That was so boring. But drama was the other one. I hated drama because everything in me just wanted to run out of that class every time, because I was put on the spot in an environment. I was a fish in the middle of a bear pit or something. I certainly wasn't in water, So, and this is the thing. So this version of myself kind of grew and grew and grew, and I had all the excuses of, I can't do that because I'm an introvert and my personality type. I can't be visible because this is, and you tell yourself all of these stories, and that limits what you're capable of, and it limited me. But on the inside, the real Slim Shady was calling me, because despite the stories I was telling myself on the outside, on the inside, I knew that there was a better version of myself, that there was a real Mildred that needed to stand up. And it was fear, all of these stories that I told myself, and that might be the case for you too. These limiting stories that you're telling yourself about why you can't start showing up on LinkedIn, why you can't be visible, why you can't put that post up, why you can't share that controversial thought that you had, why you can't be more explicit about the opinions that you hold and the valuable contributions that you have to make in your own space and field, why you can't do that. All of those limiting beliefs might be for you, like it was for me, rooted in fear. I was scared. I was scared of being visible. But the real Slim Shady, the real Mildred Talabi kept calling me. And eventually I started to listen. You know, little by little, I started to overcome some of these barriers. One of them being speaking in front of people. I started to overcome that barrier. You know, I did not die. Just like people think, like public speaking is like one of the number one fear. You know, I think it is the number one fear. People would rather be dead at a funeral than be speaking at a funeral. Can you imagine? You know? So I didn't die when I did my first, second, third, fourth, fifth, 10th speech in front of people, you know? And I got better and I got better. I didn't die the first time I did a video on LinkedIn, even though I thought I would. You know, even though it felt that bad, I thought I would, you know? It was literally that uncomfortable. I didn't. And that evolved and it evolved. And all of those things, you know, they say that what don't kill you makes you stronger. You know, what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. None of those things killed me. And instead, the real Mildred started to emerge and emerge, you know. And I now call this Mildred. Remember, there's still a future Mildred to come, you know. I now call this Mildred Shine Mildred, you know, shine. I went from shy Mildred to shine Mildred, you know, because shine, and I know you know the song. Put a yes in the comments if you know the song. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. And I'm not gonna sing it for you. That is not one of my gifts. Singing, oh my god, I missed out completely on the singing gift. Completely missed out. It's not one of my gifts. But that little you know, Sunday school song, this little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This to me is what being visible is really all about. It's about you letting your light shine. It's about you becoming the shine version of yourself. You know, so stepping into that shine Mildred means that every time my light started to shine, I was providing light for other women. I started to notice I was providing light for other women for their light to shine. And guess what happens when they start shining? Other people's lights, other people feel like they can shine too. And there's like this effect, it just ripples. It's a ripple effect. We all start shining together, you know. Shine Mildred. That's what I call her. That's the phase I'm in now. Shine Mildred, where I'm not afraid of my light anymore. You know, and you shouldn't be afraid of your light either. You shouldn't be afraid to let your light shine by being visible. This is really what it's about. You know, this is if I can sum up the whole visibility message, it would be in that song, you know. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine, because you need to let your light shine. And I want you to let your light shine. And LinkedIn is a great place to do it, because it's a global platform. You've got people here from all walks of the earth who are tuning in, watching, you know, reading your posts. Even if you don't know it, remember there's a lot of lurkers on LinkedIn. But when you start shining your light on here, so many good things can happen for you. It can build your confidence. It can increase the value that you give to other people. You can serve other people. You can unleash other people to let their light shine. If you're in business, you can attract the right kind of clients for you. You can really become a thought leader. We had a discussion on what does it mean to be a thought leader, but really it's just somebody who leads other people in thinking. That's probably as simple as it can get, right? You know, but you can establish your thought leadership on this platform. You know, you can really make impact when you start shining, when you become the shine version of yourself. So I've gone from shine Mildred to shine Mildred, and my passion is to help, you know, to help Jenna, Ruth, Tamika, you know, all of the ladies that I come into contact with, Lamoy, you know, Evelyn, all of you, you know, anybody who wants to shine, any woman who wants to shine. If you know in yourself, I feel like we need to get a, if you give me an amen up in here, if you know in yourself that you are tired of being that other version of yourself and you want the real version of you to stand up, then let me drop a yes in the comments. No, don't drop a yes, drop a shine. But shine and write your name on it. You know, if you're ready, or if you already have unleashed the shine version of yourself, then I want to know that too. You know, I want you to put shine and your name in the comments. So shine Janet, shine Ruth, shine Tamika, shine Evelyn, shine. I want you to put that in the comments, you know, to let me know that you are ready to unleash that version, or you already have unleashed that version, because together we can let this light shine by being visible on LinkedIn, you know. So I didn't come here to take you to church today. I did not come here to take me to church today either, but this was the message that was on my heart today. Not message, but whatever. This is what I wanted to share with you today. So being visible is all about letting your light shine. So I want you to shine. And if you're thinking, okay, Mildred, I'm ready to start shining, and you don't know how to do that, reach out to me, send me a message. I'm happy to talk, happy to talk. Send me a message, let's connect, and I can help you on that journey. So, with that said, thank you so much for being here and sharing this experience with me. Yes, I see the shines in the comments. Shine, shine, ladies. Shine, 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 shine. And I want you to leave here today, because you're going to come back next Tuesday. You're going to join me here at 1:30 because we're here every Tuesday with some segment about being visible on LinkedIn and beyond. So I want you to come back here next Tuesday and let me know how you've been shining, But for the rest of the week, I want you to commit to letting your light shine. Just anytime you think about holding back on your visibility for whatever reason, know that this little light of yours, you need to let it shine so that other people can see it and other people can benefit. And the world is a better place when you're shining. So that's it. Love you lots. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I will be back here with you next Tuesday, 1:30 BST. In the meantime, have a great day. Have a great day. I don't know what day it is. It's afternoon for me. So, but you have a great day, and I will see you again next time. Take care now. Bye bye.